What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. It is another Watch of Realms video and we are going to be taking a look at the Guild Wars today. Obviously how you sort of set up your defense, your attack, that kind of thing. One of my teams in defense actually got destroyed this war. So I will need to adjust that, adjust their positioning the way it was. I will show you the battle quickly, just how this happened and obviously the idea behind it. So let's have a look at this one here, how they pushed past and the thoughts behind it. Obviously Vienna and Nyx are far enough away so that no archers will be able to target them. They will be targeting Reeve, the same as Silas, because he's in that same line as Reeve. He again will not be targeted. They will target Reeve. Valkyrie will grant Reeve 1 revive, and we also get the bone shield from Vienna onto Reeve as well, which does give him a decent amount of healing. So put in the fighter there with a healer. Then they start to push through with the heavy hitters. And he's going to have dogs and one more set of hitters. And this is how he's going to push past. We're not going to have the DPS there to take them down fast enough. Yeah. That was actually quite close. So I will need to make some adjustments on this one. But you can see the idea behind it. Let's have a look at my other team. The one that, you know, people don't normally attack. That's because it's a tricky defense. You know, you have to... I wouldn't even want to attack it myself. If I see one of these teams set up like this, I don't attack it either. Or if I try, I often lose. So the thought behind this is we have a tank up the front. We have Ajax or any ranged DPS, okay, in the same line as our tank. That's important because otherwise the archers are going to target your ranged DPS. If Ajax was in this tile here, he would get targeted. If our tank was in this tile here, he would get targeted, followed by Eloin as well. Pardon me. So it's very important to have it set like that so that your tank is the one getting hit. Eloin's going to heal. Arika is behind to do some DPS and also to root. And then we have Hex there to pick off those enemies coming in. Ajax will do a ton of damage here though. And again, like they can't even throw the mages in here to AoE hit because there's no one to each tile beside our tank. So that's the thought behind that one. So this is actually a very strong kind of defense placement. You can obviously use any tank in there. Let's have a look at attack. I did actually, before doing this, and then I was like, oh my god, did actually attack ANAs, and I lost to this defense twice, and I'm not ashamed to show it. I figured because it's all clustered together, I would be able to mage AoE it and suicide bomb it. However, that didn't quite work out the way I had hoped. Okay, you will see it here. So we put our healthy tank fighter in first. You could potentially put a healer in there to help keep them up. We put our mages out together at the same time to start doing DPS. Abomination did nearly go down. Salazar again there, and Abomination nearly went down again. However, he does survive, the same as Torador. Not quite enough. Maybe if they was level 2, my mages, that would have been okay. It would have been enough just to do it. Okay, so we put 2 healers in there with our tank, and we decided to try and suicide bomb it. Again, it pretty much did nothing. I then had to be desperate and throw my doggos in, and again, it did nothing. So I lost this one, and it was the same kind of story in the next one. I just sort of adjusted it a bit. I took out my suicide bombers. I brought in the axe slaughterers for the suicide bombers, and I started off with 2 healers going in behind my tank, or 1 healer, sorry. Again, it was a failure. It's actually quite a solid defense, I must admit. So we are going to go and have a little attack now, and like this one here is wonderful. Like, you love to see this kind of defense set up because I can pick off Salazar, I can pick off Karmit here with my archers, and then it's just Silas left dealing damage. So we are going to take out our axe slaughterer. We're gonna bring in our archer. We will again leave in our mage. We have our fighting tank. I should say he's got so much health. Okay, I know he's a fighter, but the health on him 2 million. And the defense and magical resistance both 11,000 at level 2. If we compare that to the likes of Moore, he has 2 million health, but he also has lower defense and lower magic resistance. So bear that in mind. Like that's huge. Let me have a look at the other. I mean, they have not affiliated right now. Let's have a look at the axe slaughter in comparison. They are affiliated. 900,000 health, 8,600 defense, 8,600 magic resistance, but they do more damage. Okay, they do more damage. So they are technically DPS ground heroes, not like the Knight of Destruction, who is very, very just tanky. Okay, just super tanky. Again, these are only level 1. If they was level 2, that potentially would have been enough to kill. Okay, it would have been enough to kill. You've seen it was tight on the damage there. So again, we when you're targeting defenses, if they're set up right, you know it's about battle power, affiliation, and also the level of your demon troop. So bear that in mind as well. What affiliation is on this guy? Okay, that's fine. And the doggos, what affiliation do they have? Okay, that's okay. So let's have a little look here and why this is actually a very easy defense to take down. You'll see it yourself. So, if what we're going to do, we're going to build up at a moment. Build up, build up, build up. Okay. Now, we're going to wait until it gets to, say, 7. We're going to put one of our archers at the back. And then the other one at the front. So they're parallel, or they're together. And then they'll take down the enemies much better together like this. You see, Salazar's gone. Then it'll be Carmet. He's gone. The focus has all been on the tank here. And now we've sort of got an open playing field to have some fun with. So we're going to throw in our other tanky hero. Silas isn't doing enough on his own. We could throw in a healer, but I could throw in dogs now and push past. But I want to try and kill the team. Can we kill this Leia? Yeah, okay, so Leia's gone. Regulus will be next. He's gone immune for now. We're going to throw in our doggos, and they will just run past anyway. But, you know, you can see why that defense doesn't quite work very well, because obviously you're picking off. If Regulus was moved 1 forwards, that would have been much harder to deal with. Much harder to deal with. So, Kylan, if you are watching, that's all you need to pretty much do is to move your Regulus 1 forward so that you don't get picked off by the archers. And this is a very good representation of why the archers are so strong. Again, now, once you've done that, you can auto-battle after. If it was a clean run, and, you know, you can auto-battle after that. It is at 3.5 as well. I need to get some wins in because, obviously, we lost the last 2. Lost the last. And it's okay to lose, all right? It's okay. It's fine. Own it. Move on from it. Win the next one. Win the next one. It's all a learning curve, all right? It's all a learning curve. So in come the mages, who was able to take down Leia. Again, if they was upgraded to level 2, it would be very like that. Leia would have been dead a little bit sooner. So again, I will say that the demon troops levels really do make a big difference. Okay, as well as the affiliations. If you're trying it against someone with a really strong team and you're not quite cutting it, it's probably because of the power. Okay, the power difference. That's all it is. That's all it is. It is very much a whale playing field. So let's have a little look at some of the other defenses here. Hex can be picked off. This is quite a nice one. However, he does arrogance and Hatsu. But the same team should be able to pick this off. Let's try it. Let's try the same team a moment. Hex will be picked out first. So what I'm going to do is I am going to sacrifice my archers straight away. We'll sacrifice my archers straight away, and then we'll try and push in with the timing on our tank. Okay, so wait for them to be parallel. There we go. And Hex will go down. So they're going to come in. It's like a trade-off here, 1 for 1. Get rid of that Hex because it's nasty damage. Oh, no, I've made a mistake because he went invisible. Thankfully, I did deploy 2 at once, meaning that when he came back, he got nuked. That could have been a disaster, and it almost nearly was. It wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me whatsoever when I'm making a video. You often see disasters, but It was okay. It was okay. So now we're going to wait for our mages and hope that he gets healed enough in time. Here come our mages. And Arrogance and Leia will be picked out here. Come on, stay alive. Just for a moment, just stay alive. Let's throw in a healer. They're both dead. That's okay. They didn't last long at all. And now we'll just push for out past here. The dogs nearly got nuked by Hatsit there, though. However, that was close at the beginning. That was close at the beginning because of that friggin' hex going invisible. I completely forgot about that. Completely forgot about that. So that was interesting, actually. I'm just glad. Again, that's why I always sort of put two out together. Let's auto it and see if it still wins, just because it's important that they're put out at the same time. Let's have a look. Okay, they do. It does mimic it pretty much exactly the same. There we go. If it was only one, he wouldn't be dead. He wouldn't be dead. Thankfully, deploying the fighter tank with a healer did mean he could survive a decent amount of time for our mages to come in, so they're not getting targeted. And they actually removed Leia and Arrogance very quickly. Was it in one hit? Yeah, so again, stacking those two up, they can deal a tremendous amount of damage. They can deal a tremendous amount of damage. And Hatsit actually died in that one. Hatsit died in that one. Didn't die in the previous. Okay, so obviously it's only 2 attacks per tower. Let's have a look at his other defense here a moment. From Zox. Olag. Jeez. This is tanky. Really tanky. How would I get to this Comet? How would I get to this Comet? It's a tricky one. Because Olag and Brakir are very strong tanks, and he's going to freeze. I mean, the main thing would be to get Olag down. He has Zilla 2 and Comet, which is going to be nasty damage. And he has a healer. I'm not going to risk that one just yet. So have a look at Boo. See, Boo has the right idea here with Vierna paired up next to Olag, and then another space in between with Zilla 2 behind, Medan and Hatsit. That's a nice team there. What's his other team set up like? Brakir, Vortex, Comet, Arrogance, Valkyrie. We could take out Arrogance, okay, and then he's just got Comet. Oh, mages would be enough to take out Arrogance. But then we need to kill Brakir. I'm going to move on from that one just for a moment. Okay. Hello in here. Arrogance is paired up there, though. May be able to nuke this one. Probably start off with mages and tank. And then archers. And it should. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. I mean, we can only lose, right? Or we could win. We could only lose or win. Alright, so mages, tank, doggos. We need to kill him. Let's remove our dogs. And let's bring in our axe slaughterer. He is affiliated. Okay. Let's try this. I'm a bit dubious about this. We are a lot higher in battle power, but you know, hoping we can potentially pull this one off. I'm not sure. So we are going to start off with our tank, and then we're going to come in with a healer. That may be a mistake as well. Already, maybe a mistake, because is our tank going to survive long enough to get 2 mages off at once? He's not. Oh, he is. He's holding on. I thought Setram was going to nuke through. Arrogance is going to go down. Now, that's going to take away his damage quite considerably. We're going to bring in another healer here, actually, because... Oh, wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that then. But again, that might be the battle power difference. That might be the battle power difference. Elowin not doing much healing there at all for him. Let's throw that one back on an auto fight. I was really surprised then to see Elowin doing, like, just couldn't heal through it, I guess. It's just... The Setram, I was expecting to really nuke hard, but the healer must have really paid dividends there. Yeah. And then they just got picked off. Jeez. That was quite brutal. Quite brutal. Okay. So that's been 6 attacks. We've got 2 left. So we need to see kind of what we're going to be up against at the moment. And hopefully it's giving you guys some ideas, because that's what this is all about. Hopefully it's giving you some ideas, okay? What's this guy? Oh, this is the one I lost. Oh, I'm out of... Oh, for goodness sake. That's because I attacked this guy earlier and lost twice. Okay, so 6 wins, 2 losses, because I thought I could beat this one and I couldn't. I did show you the replay on that. It says 6 defeats, but I lost to this guy, didn't I? Oh, I didn't lose to this guy. It was someone else I lost to. Oh, it was this dude, Aeneas. Yeah, okay, this was this dude. So hopefully that's giving you some kind of insight on how you attack. And hopefully it's giving you an idea behind how you set your defenses. Make sure you can't get picked off by those mages and those archers. And then, you know, you really are making your opponent think about how they're going to attack you. So I'll see all of you in the next video. Have a fantastic day, even wherever you are. Goodbye.